Devin, founder and CEO of Choules Financial. On this week's KDS, we're going to be going over one of the 5 types of people that need our help and come into our office and where we specialize. Now, with that, there's a lot of things that we do at the office, and it's why there's not just a team of me, but a team of we, is that we have a team of professionals around us to be able to offer more to our clients than what they're getting from the traditional investment guy, investment gal. And you'll see that we do a lot more here in a moment, because inside of it, we believe that in order to live a life without the weight of what ifs and remove those and being able to say yes to retirement and yes to life, we can't just focus just on our investments, but we not only need to have an investment plan, but a written income plan, a tax plan that is proactive of getting the government off the ticket depending on how we saved, a healthcare plan, and estate plan. Today is going to be about Greg, the confident but curious DIYer. This is the person that has spent a lifetime managing their own funds, growing their portfolio, but they're intellectually honest enough to know that when it comes to distributions, taxes, RMDs, not outliving their money, that they may need some extra help inside of there and need another set of eyes to make sure that they get it right. So when Greg came into the office, for him, he's an engineer, self-managed portfolio. He had built a healthy portfolio of his own investments, but he was worried about those things, the income, the distribution, the taxes on them, and what that would look like. And would he outlive his nest egg? So helping Greg in his situation was pretty straightforward. There's the uncertainty about the income planning, needed info on the taxes, fear of overlooking something critical, like can we give the government less in taxes legally by controlling and designing our income and how it comes to us. Curious if we could create a plan. In the KDS process, we were able to stress test his current portfolio using the Yes portal, because there is a difference during the accumulation phase of how much risk we can take, the ebbs and flows inside of it, versus when we switch to the distribution phase, because we know that during the distribution phase, the number one thing that will destroy a portfolio quicker than anything is a large drawdown or a large loss early on. Without a proper plan of knowing where our income is going to come from, that can be very, very detrimental. We designed a tax-free withdrawal strategy, including RMDs. This is a piece that sneaks up on a lot of people as they don't realize how much the government is going to force them to take out, whether they need it or not, and how that can impact their taxes and force them into another bracket, maybe even cause some phantom income tax on their Social Security. And then we reviewed the estate plan documents for them of making sure that they were in the best spot possible. The outcome from this is that Greg was able to keep control and help with his investments, but he just gained the expert insight with it as we took on the portion that he didn't want to manage. But we also gave him that clear, tax smart plan for his future, and our partnership removed the weight of what ifs going forward. He now knew how he was going to take his distributions, where he was going to take them from, what his taxes looked like as long as we followed the tax plan. And together we created that synergistic piece that he was missing inside of it all along. Now, we did this through our proprietary process, the Key to Yes. Now, inside of that, when somebody comes in to meet with us, in the first meeting, Envision Your Yes discovery meeting, all this meeting is to find out if we are the right fit for each other, if your concerns and your needs match up with our expertise. And in that meeting, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the things that you feel like you've done well, the things that you think you haven't done as well and you maybe need some help with, or the things that you know that you're concerned with. And we're going to go through and review all of your plans and say, do I have an income plan? Where's my money coming from? When I take that, what do my taxes look like? If there's a big drawdown in the market, what's my investment plan to make sure that I can still live and not have to go back to work? Our healthcare plan and our legacy plan, making sure that with our legacy, our estate plan, that our beneficiaries are named, that our accounts are titled the right way, so that we pass it on as efficiently as possible and to the people that we want. In the second meeting here, Unlock Your Yes, the rough draft plan. At this point in time, we put in the hard work. If we decide we want to go on that second date and come in and see each other again, at that point in time, we're going to have the team put in lots of hours, usually about 10 to 15, of diving into your plan, diving deep into your assets, what your goals are, when you want to retire, what your tax bracket is, how much income you want, any of those concerns, maybe even your healthcare. And we're going to take that and we're going to look through everything and we're going to say, and deliver a risk analysis, a fee analysis, an income analysis, a Social Security analysis if you haven't turned it on already, And we're going to show inside of there the proof in the pudding of what we can do, of what it's like to work with a planning firm versus an investment firm, of how we can make those things cohesively work together. Now, at this point in time, if you choose to engage with us, we sign the paperwork, we move the money, but we still don't do anything. We leave it just as we found it, because at this point in time, we're going to have another meeting where we're going to decide how we want that income to be designed, what type of tax planning we're doing, where and when we want to retire, all these pieces, and that's when we put it together. Now, over here in our client experience meeting over here in the fourth, this is an ongoing process. If you've ever planned on anything and it changes, you understand exactly that, is that life happens and it happens fast. So we want to make sure that we're constantly engaged with you and that we're updating your plan on a regular basis. We do have where we take everything and put it in your yes binder here that gives you the ability to see your plan on the fly. If you want to see your tax plan, what's in good order, what needs addressed, the plan of action, and we can update that every 6 months, every year, as often as things change inside of your life that way. We also store it on our Yes portal where you can have access to it on your phone if you want to. With that, folks, down below, you're going to have the opportunity to click a link, get an opportunity to come in, sit down with us, engage in the process and see if we're the right fit for each other, to see if our services can help you. And with that, folks, that's this week's Key to Yes. Excited to hear from you and see you. Have a good one. Bye now.